It can hold over 82,000 fans, and every one of those seats is filled for this one, as our coverage of the NFL brings us to MetLife Stadium. Here's Graham Gano out for the opening kick. And away we go from East Rutherford. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. This is ahead for about 5. Brought to a halt by Deontay Banks. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Here's 2nd and 5. He'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
First carry now for Austin Eckler. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Staying with Eckler. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there, brought to a halt by Deontay Banks.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Third and short, Daniels. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, I know some old-school coaches, maybe some former NFL quarterbacks who would have this guy running stairs after that drop, partner. Hit or no hit. That was a catch there that would have meant a first down.
Yeah, that's why that's old school, okay, Kate? The new school coaches and quarterbacks know how hard it is in this league with the contact. Know how valuable those contested catches are. Credit the defense for making the play on that one.
And he will get the first as they touch him down.
So close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Here we go, set. Trap 60, track 60.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. He's on the move. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. One of the rare instances there, Brock, where the quick slant doesn't win against zone coverage. Just couldn't hang on to the football.
No, we know this, Kate. In man coverage, it's about that separation, right?
Yeah.
You've got to win and create leverage versus zone. It's all about that anticipation and accuracy, and if you're not on point, that zone defender can break it up.
Catch is made down the right sideline. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Again, Daniels to the air. Working the sideline. Oh, he got it. Drug the feet. That's a catch.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
This is Eckler on second. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Buys time, rolling right. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders finish up an excellent opening series. And with that score, he's reached a benchmark he's long had his eye on. 30 touchdowns in one season. And he's going to come away pleased with how well he has played to put up that kind of number this year. Extra point converted by Gay. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Go.
Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Taking a deep shot here. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
A handoff to Tracy. He's contained at the line for no gain. Play made by Deron Payne. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
37-yard line.
He's going to throw this one. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Mike Sandra still makes the play. And the Commanders get it back on his 6th interception of the season. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with a pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Completed left side to Samuel. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Devon Holland there to make the stop.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Out of the gun, Daniels. That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now the shotgun give to Eckler. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Caught near the goal line. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with first and goal. QB sneak coming. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
A tie in baseball, Kate, well, we know it goes to the runner. A tie at the line of scrimmage on a sneak, well, in this case, it goes to the defense.
Eckler does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Neither side separating much so far. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. Commanders ball as we get back for the second, and they're thinking points. Daniels, 3rd and goal. Looking touchdown, but can't connect.
Just something off in the rhythm of the passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Daniels back to throw. And that is caught. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. It's an Austin Eckler touchdown. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Here's Gain now to handle the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Giants will have a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
On the handoff, this is Tracy. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Ready.
From the 39. That's complete to Darius Slayton. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Play action on first down. He's got it near the 8. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
When you throw that comeback route versus zone, you have to see the underneath defenders. It's frankly easier, Kate, to throw it versus man-to-man. You know where everybody is. But in zone, you better trust your eyes underneath. And when you do, there's completions like that to be had.
Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. He has the New York touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Gano's point after is good. And the Giants chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. Just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now Daniels off the play action. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. Into the red zone. Touchdown, Washington! The Commanders take a 13-point lead. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. Gay with the point after. And the Commanders double their lead to 14. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Check go.
Throwing off the play fake here. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's got Bellinger. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
A give to Tracy up the middle. He finds space for a few yards that time. Play made by Deron Payne. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They go right back to Tracy. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
They go play action on 1st. Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Gets this to Slayton. And he stopped cold at the spot. We'll keep paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He's trying to push the field. And in, touchdown, New York. We've seen him do a lot more to reach the end zone on a catch, Brock. That one was kind of fed right to him.
Yeah, they say the running backs have a nose for the end zone. You know who else does? Every skill guy out there,
Yeah.
because they want to put a touchdown on the board.
Gano for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Giants chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Play fake here, Daniels. He put some juice on a deep throw. Brought in inside the 20. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a 13-point lead. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
Here's Gain now to handle the kickoff. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. A throw left side finds Johnson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset? So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. It's the Giants. With it, 1st and 10. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. To the air now on 1st and 10. Connects with Johnson. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
From the 38. He's got him. That's Tracy. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
Track at 60. Panther 11. Panther 11. Take over.
From the red zone now. Look, pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The Giants using their 1st time out, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Let's go.
Trying again following the sack. Brought in close to the 8.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Slot man motioned over. From the gun, it's Tracy. And he will take it in. Touchdown, New York! The Giants make it a one-score game before halftime. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Gano ends the point after. And the Giants chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. We send a man in motion. On 1st down, here's Daniels. Completed over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Daniels on 1st down. He'll get this to Samuel. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Giants side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. On the move, headed right. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Timeout called, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. Commanders punting on 4th down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vets, Tressway. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. Fair catch made here at the 30-yard line. So no return on that punt. And they'll take over with minimal time remaining in the half. Only 17 seconds left for him as they begin this drive.
Here we go, here we go.
To throw here on 1st down. And he'll be touchdown after a big play. The Giants are going to call their final timeout here. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
Well, he needed another 2nd to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
2nd and 10 now. A massive shot towards the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. Jonathan Jones makes the play. And the Commanders will take over as this gets brought out to the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. One final shot before halftime. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Play made by Deron Payne. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up second and 10.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
This finds Bellinger. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Frankie Louvu there for the tackle.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
So now here's 3rd and 5.
Ready? Warrior 70. Hut.
Now looking to throw. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Commanders will go on offense. It's an option right that begins this drive. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. That tackle made by the rookie from Penn State.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
He calls his own number. The ball is loose. But it bounces out of bounds, so they'll retain possession.
You know, those defensive guys, they will tell you that the sideline's their best friend, right? A lot of these routes are trying to push the receivers and move the real estate. Well, sometimes the sidelines could be an offensive player's best friend when that ball bounces harmlessly out of bounds.
And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That's 16 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Washington first. New set of downs for him at the 38. Putting a receiver in motion. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Oh, he put some heat on this deep. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders push their lead further to start the half. Deebo Samuel the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. Well, I'd say some frustrations at the deficit bleeding over onto the field as they get rung up for the personal foul.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Frustration and emotion, right? You got to play with emotion, but you can't let emotion play you, and especially when you're digging out of a hole like they are.
And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Airing it out to start this drive. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go. Lion. Go.
Here's a throw. Gets this to Johnson. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
This is Tracy. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Here's 2nd and 2. Complete to Hyatt. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Pass play on 1st and 10. Hyatt with the grab. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks. They're now set for 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
It's now 2nd and 19 at the Commanders' 38-yard line.
Ready?
Another try following the sack. Finds Hyatt. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this 3rd down.
69. Let's go.
Back to throw now. Into the hands of Neighbors. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. That's a pickup of 9. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Has it in close. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
1st and goal. They'll try an option to the left. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That ended up being a failure right up front. The entire play, when you get in these goal-to-go situation, hinges on that initial surge. It gives some credit to the defense. They win right there at the point of attack, and because of it, that play goes backwards.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Stuffed once again, and now suddenly they're left with 3rd and goal.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. Do you continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
From the gun on 3rd down. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
All or nothing here, 4th and goal. And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. Gano's point after is good. And the Giants chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Daniels. That's taken in by Samuel. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Commanders will have a 1st. To throw, Daniels. It's taken in by Eckler. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball, right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Again, Daniels to the air. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. They just get the play off. Complete, it's McLaurin. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's the Commanders' ball. A chance at a win if they can hang on to their lead through the 4th. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. An option give to Robinson. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the 17. Chased out to his right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Ertz reels it in. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. Trying to run in, Eckler. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. 6 yards from there. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. And that is caught. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Gay to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders double their lead to 14.
Commanders 42, Giants 28. Matt Gay set to kick off.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback.
Ready up.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Bronco 80. Ready.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Get some space around midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases...
Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Commanders, they're going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his 1st career interception. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Here's a counter give to Robinson. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's Daniels. Escapes the pocket. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time, secondary, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Play fake here, Daniels. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked up by Deontay Banks. And the Giants have some new life in the 4th. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And it sets up 2nd down. Back to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. Continuing to move past the 45. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
Got it. Ready?
10 at the 47-yard line.
18. Pioneer. Ready. Ready.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Gets everything he has under this throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So 2nd down coming up. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. Mike Samuel makes the play. And the Commanders have it as he records his 7th interception of the season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Let's go now.
1st and 10 are under Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The Giants using their first timeout. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Throwing now, Daniels. Forced out to his right. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Daniels. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've told...
He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked up by Deontay Banks. And the Giants have some new life in the 4th.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
That one's caught along the left sideline. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Throwing from the gun here. Put the body on the line for his team. Offense in the hurry up here. From the red zone now. He's got it. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
79 Broncos. Go.
They go play action here. He's got it. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Giants 14 points back.
1st down and goal to go.
Right on the doorstep now. Here's 1st and goal from inside the 1.
Go. Go street. Trap 60. Trap 60. Dragon 60. Ready.
He keeps it himself. And he's in for the touchdown. The Giants now within 1 score in the 4th. So now a big moment for the Giants as they line up for 2. Hyatt going to motion over left. And he'll get into the end zone and make this a 1-score game in the 4th quarter.
That's about trust. Trusting your QB is going to make the right decision on these crucial scoring plays. He found his read, and he made the connection for 2.
Down inside 2 minutes now. They're going to line up to try the onside kick. Commanders are able to cover the kick. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Ooh, can't get it back on the onside kick. Can still get a final chance with a quick 3-and-out, though, albeit not with a lot of time for them left to work with.
Yeah, Kate, unless they can force a miracle turnover, and we've seen that before, a 3-and-out is really the only avenue remaining. Defense, go buckle it up.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Wow, they're going to pass it here. This is hauled in by McLaurin. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Shotgun handoff now to Eckler. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Timeout called, and that's going to be the second for New York. And they'll have just one left to burn now. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, it's Robinson. Has a big hole left. And he's taken down just in time at the 2. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Robinson is across the line for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders stretch it to a 2-score game in the 4th. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
He's throwing for it. He's on the move. And the call to go for it not rewarded as the pass falls incomplete. Here's Gain now to handle the kickoff. From his own end zone, here we go. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll be across midfield and close to that 45 before going out. Give him 32 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Trying to push it deep downfield. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Throwing now. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. This one intended for the running back. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Now to throw. And they get to him and haul him down. What a play, forcing the sack, and that should just about put a bow on this one. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go, set, go.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Now Daniels off the play action. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Buys time, rolling right. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Devon Holland comes up with it. And the Giants will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie, right? Just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did, his 3rd interception of the game. It's time to protect the football at all costs. And if not, well, that backup better get ready.
Taking a big shot for the end zone. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders take over on his 5th interception of the season.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
Daniels on 1st down. On the move, headed right. And it's incomplete, but hey, who cares? They've got the lead, and we are out of time in this one.